Hi, it's Mandy, and this morning I'm going to talk about one of my favourite P siblings, which is procrastination. Now, here's the thing that I do know: everybody at some stage procrastinates. So, first of all, the definition of procrastination isn't doing nothing, it's actually the art of delaying or postponing something else. So you're actually maybe doing something, but it's not really important. So have a look at your day when you get to work. Perhaps you don't feel like starting that report, or you don't feel like doing the sales calls or the tasks that you know ultimately will move your business forward. So you get distracted by emails or social media, or you do something easy. So one of the main reasons that we procrastinate is that the task that we think about doing is either too hard, so it causes us to feel stressed, or it bores us, or it's just uninteresting. And ultimately, if you unpack that, it's because everything we do is driven by how we feel. So it doesn't feel comfortable, exciting, pleasurable. And as our brain is hardwired to move towards pleasure and away from pain, it's really, really easy to let yourself get distracted and sidetracked by doing something that isn't so important to get that instant feeling of pleasure. So the key in life to all success is to learn to take action on the important things, whether or not you feel like doing it. Now, you've probably read lots of books about time management. You might have heard that phrase by Brian Tracy, eat that frog first. And in this day and age, it's even more important to be really focused. Now, the energy of the mind is attention. So where your focus is going to determine your results. So if there's a task that you don't want to do, the first thing to try and create a habit is to plan your day. Yes, you've heard it before, but most people don't do it. Plan your day and really write down what are the most important things that you want to do. What would be the most impactful in your business? And I guarantee there'll be those tedious things that you don't feel like doing. So that's the first step. The second step is the reason that you might be procrastinating. Not only doesn't it feel exciting or it feels too hard, is that it isn't aligned with your values. So it's further down in your focus. You may not value this particular task and it may not be important. So when you work on your values, which I obviously do with my clients, you can hook it up more to your values. And when I do the shadow values, we can actually use them to motivate ourselves daily to do the things that we don't feel like doing. However, in the meantime, what you have to do is to raise the level of importance of that particular task. So drill down to why you're doing it. Let's say that you don't feel like making sales calls in your business, which I have clients that don't always like doing. So the reason for making sales calls in your business is probably to grow your business. So why is that important? You may decide, well, you want to be financially free or you want to be successful in your business. So again, why is that important? Drill down until you get to a reason, such as because you want to be able to be in charge of your life, have more fun, more freedom, travel more. Perhaps you want to help your family. So when you can drill down to a bigger reason to doing this mundane or tedious or hard task, it is easier to put your focus on doing it because you've taken your focus to the end step, to something you really want. And when you can feel the excitement of how you will feel when you've got your end result, that can help. If you struggle with that, then see if you can make the reason for doing this task hooked up to serving someone else. Humans all love connection, and if we can raise the importance by seeing how this task in the bigger picture will benefit someone else, that can be helpful. The other way is simply, as I do, I love Nike's phrase of just do it, and I write down 5 things that I must do every day. So I'm creating a habit of ticking these things off first and getting them done. And if you tick off every task, it will help you keep going. Your brain will give you a shot of serotonin, so it will feel easier. So if you're still struggling to get started, the other way is to visualize how you will feel at the end of the day when you've done these tasks that you don't feel like doing. Have a moment of imagining that you've done them and connect with how you will feel. You should feel, let's say, a positive feeling. Then come back to the here and the now and imagine how you will feel at the end of the day when once again you haven't done these important tasks. Your brain should then be able to contrast between the good feeling and the not so good feeling. Step back into the good feeling, hold on to it, imagine turning it up, and then tell yourself, just get going and get going on your task. So that can be helpful, using the visualization and imagining yourself doing it. And again, if you can practice that habit every morning of visualizing yourself going through the perfect day, doing the things that you don't feel like doing, and connecting with how awesome you'll feel at the end of the day, it will be easier to get going. You want to practice this consistently to make a habit, because the key is, or that the fact is, in this day and age, we can get distracted around every 8 seconds. That is our attention span. So when you're doing something that you love, you can probably stay there longer. But if you're doing something you don't love and it feels hard or boring or stressful or overwhelming, you are going to be even more prone to getting distracted. So it takes discipline and working your mind muscles so that you put your attention where you want it to be. So just to recap, first of all, see if you can hook whatever it is you want to do to your values to raise the level of importance. If not, hook it up to your bigger why, and if you can include how it will serve someone else, because we often will do things for other people more than we will do for ourselves. Sometimes the necessity comes because you have a deadline to perform, so that can be, necessity can raise the importance. And there is a law called the Parkinson's law, where the perceived level of time that we have increases our urgency. So if you have a deadline for a task in 2 weeks, you'll probably put it off until a few days before. But if you make the deadline in 48 hours, you will be more motivated to get on and do it because the deadline feels much closer. So there's a few ways there, and the key is plan your day and write down 1 or 2 non-negotiable things you will do every day, and make sure that you do these when you can first thing in the morning. Don't look at your emails unless you have to. Don't turn your phone on. They are distractions and they use a lot of energy in your mind, and then it's highly unlikely that you will get back to doing the important task because you will suffer from decision fatigue. When our brain gets fatigued, we fall back into our old habits. And if you are someone who often gets distracted and procrastinates, you will fall back into the habit before you know, because our subconscious mind, where our habits are run, is about 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. And around 93% of our behaviors are driven from our subconscious mind. So the key is to start making a habit of focusing on the important tasks. Just do them and then tick them off, so that your brain sends you a shot of serotonin, like a reward. And make sure after the task, you give yourself a short reward as well. Have a break, do something that you like. Maybe give yourself 10 minutes to play on your favorite social media. Have a break, have a switch your energy, change your state, and then get back to the next task. Sounds easy, yet most people don't do this. But over the years, I think one of the biggest challenges that why people don't achieve the results that they want is that they do not truly focus on what is really important. And some people don't even know what is important. So make sure you have a bit of an audit of your life, your business. You make a list of the things that are really important, and I challenge you every day to tick one off. I have written a book a few years ago, an ebook on getting things done, about how to overcome procrastination. So when you watch this video, if you would like a copy, it's got some really simple techniques to help you get into action, because results are only measured by the actions that you take. So be wary of that one. So if you'd like a copy of the book, simply put yes please in the comments below, and I will make sure that I send you a copy. If you have any comments, or you have your own brilliant ways of stopping procrastination, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for everybody who joined. So put a note in the comment box, and probably tomorrow or the next day I will be doing the 4th sibling, which is prolific overthinking, which is my favorite, because I used to be a prolific overthinker, which is not always a great strategy. Many of my clients are, and I'll be sharing some ways to overcome and stop being a prolific overthinker, especially if it isn't serving you. So that's my tips for procrastination. So make sure that you stop watching this video for everybody that is, and I challenge you to go and do one thing that you don't feel like doing, but you know that when you do it, you'll feel awesome, and I'd love to hear from you. So thank you, everybody, and have a great day. Bye for now.